we are just about to... Alrighty, guys, we are getting right into this next match. Sorry that took so long in between rounds, and I'm sorry about the lag from the lag from what I'm seeing from the live tournament to the site you guys from Twitch. It's a bit large, but I'm trying to do my best to fix it during the tournament. We see in this next round we have Jackie Mock against Hamid, and we have Jackie playing a Night March, so more Night March on stream, and then we see Hamid playing something a bit different that hasn't been played that much. Landorus, Vileplume, Carbink, Miltank, Hawlucha. There are so many cards in this deck that just haven't been played in a while. Vileplume is pretty standard in something sort of like this fighting deck, but he doesn't play any Xerneas, just this Landorus EX, which is very interesting. He also plays Miltank for like that quick attacker, for just the 1 energy being able to hit for 80, and then Hawlucha hitting EX Pokemon for a lot of damage really quickly with the free retreat, and then Carbink being able to get those energies, try to Land's Judgment with that Landorus EX, and also being able to stall putting it up for EX Pokemon. And in Jackie's list, he's playing the Maxie's version of Night March, but with Gallade and Marowak. Marowak we haven't seen much of, and Gallade we've obviously seen quite a bit of. But it looks like we see a Battle Compressor coming out, discarding a Hex Maniac, a Juniper, and a Lampent, putting more of those crucial Night Marchers, of course, in his discard pile. And he's going to go ahead and play that VS Seeker for the Hex Maniac, which is actually sort of interesting as a first turn play. Obviously, he's going to be able to slow down Hamid, not by much, though, if you think about it. So he only plays the 2 Shaman EX. So he may not even need them. Of course, all he'll really need is, of course, he already has it out, is that Forest of Giant Plants. And actually, in my opinion, that wasn't a great move by Jackie, because now Hamid's going to be able to get out his Oddish and Gloom and evolve all the way up to Vileplume and still be able to play Trainers in the same turn. On top of, he's going to be able to take a prize card this turn with Landorus, with just an energy attached to it because of the weakness on Joltik. And I was going to play a Sycamore, discarding another Sycamore and a Lysander, drawing 7. Definitely looking for those basic Pokemon now, Oddish especially. Trying to get that turn 1 Vileplume, because it's devastating to Jackie playing Night March. You're not going to be able to play those Battle Compressors, and already not having that many Night Marchers in the discard pile is definitely not helpful whatsoever. Oh, that is correct. He's going to be able to take 2 prizes, 30-30. Well, 50 with that strong energy, 50-30. For some reason, I thought it was 20. I'm mistaken. But it looks like he does get that Oddish out. Definitely looking for that line now. We see a Pokemon Communication, a card that really hasn't been played that much, but because of the expanded format, he's going to be able to play it. It's put a Pokemon from your hand back into your deck and take a Pokemon out. He's taking this Shaman, which is interesting because he's not going to be able to play it this turn because of the Hex Maniac. So I really hope that he doesn't make that mistake of playing out a Trainer without or playing out that Shaman without being able to use it. But it doesn't look like he does. But he does get the Vileplume out. So crucial in this. Definitely putting Jackie at a really rough position at this point. Really debating on what he wants to bring up. It does look like he puts the 30 on that Pumpkaboo that has, I believe, an energy, maybe a yeah, it does look like an energy attached to it. Definitely solid, because now he's going to be able to take a double prize card turn, just getting rid of both of his Night Marchers. He does play out of Dimension Valley. He doesn't have that many Night Marchers in his deck, though. Or in his discard, my bad. It looks like only 2. Not being able to play any trainers is very difficult for Jackie. And it doesn't look like he has anything to play really in his hand. I see a VS Seeker, a DCE, possibly one of his Marowaks or Gallades, and a Joltik in hand. Definitely not very helpful. Looks like he plays down his other Joltik and go ahead and Night Marches for, I believe, 40 damage, yeah. It's hard to say at this point. I would probably scoop, try to go into the next game. But if he believes that he can come up, then it might not be that bad. There we go. Alrighty. And it looks like he does take that double prize knockout, putting him at 3 prizes so early in the game. Looks like he attached a DC. He's still going to only be able to do 80 damage to this active Landorus that now has 2 special fighting energies attached. Honestly, folks, you scoop at this point. In my opinion, you just you should take it. You can't do anything. He's completely set for the next few turns. He's going to go ahead and take the knockout. 30 on that Shaman. Next turn, he's going to be able to attach an energy, a fighting energy, and take the knockout on that Shaman for his last 2 prizes. Looks like he plays the teammates. There's really not much you can get. Probably an attacker and DCE. Probably already has the DCE in hand, I believe. So possibly Night Marcher, possibly even another attacker. It looks like he puts down 2 Night Marchers and Sky Returns. $30, yeah. So it leaves him at 150. Excuse me. Leaves him at 150. Not a knockout. Still has that 30 HP left. He's going to be able to take the knockout on this Pumpkaboo. With and it's going to be a knockout. He's doing, I believe, 70 damage to the active and 30 to the bench. There's really not much Jack can do at this point. At such a disadvantage as well. It's just pretty difficult. So he's going to go ahead and attach another energy to that Landorus. In case that active Landorus does get knocked out, he would be able to still take the... I'm not really sure how that happened. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure that's not wrong. I could be, but I just want to make sure. That's my bad. I started walking over there and I walked right back, realizing Pumpkaboo has that 20 resistance too, so that it's that 1 fighting energy that won't apply special fighting. That's my bad. Resistance is a thing. and yeah, it just looks like there's not much you can do. You're at such a prize deficit, and there's really just not much at that point you can really do. You can't play any of your trainers. You're just living off of a top deck, and you don't have enough Night March in your discard pile to sort of come back from that. I probably would have scooped a whole lot earlier than Jackie did, but he didn't, and it may end up hurting him later on in the game. That first match, it only lasted for 12 minutes, so it could be that 12 minutes that really get him there, especially with a deck like Night March where you're having to take all 6 prizes. It's a deck that can go to time rather easily. But in this next match, we could probably see Jackie going first, definitely trying to get as many battle compressors out and discarding as many basic or his Night Marches as he can. But I guess we'll see in this next one. Still just setting up. Of course, something like a Gallade, being able to get out a Gallade turn 1 for Jackie is really good, knowing that if you do get that Vileplume locked turn 1, you're still able to control your top deck, which really helps. See the handshake, and Ahmed, or AJ, starts with an Oddish, which isn't that bad. Might be able to attach retreat to it. Of course, you want to be able to attack in your first turn. With something like Landers or Hawlucha, it's definitely the better option. We see Jackie playing an Ultra Ball, discarding a Lampent and Escape Rope. Already getting rid of one of his Night Marchers. Possibly going in for something like a Shaman, or possibly another Night March, depending on his hand. But Shaman is probably one of the most likely things to go get at this point. And actually, he plays a Jirachi, I suppose. Actually, strange. I didn't get his deck list. I did get Ahmed's. And it looks like he plays a Ghetsis and gets rid of one, which is that Pokemon Receiver? No. Yeah, I believe so. We see a Pumpkaboo coming down, and a DCE attachment, and possibly playing that Puzzle Time in his hand, but he most likely just passing. Yeah, so he passes to Abed. Gets that Force of Giant Trees out, and we see him play down an N. You're going to be able to get 6 fresh new cards in his hand. Same for Jackie, though. I believe his hand was only 5 cards, so it may have helped him a little bit. I'm definitely looking for a retreat out of this. Oh man, there's so many things. Retreating, being able to get that Vileplume out, a Landorus EX. Go ahead and plays a level ball. Possibly going in for another Oddish. Try to just like keep that, keep it up there. Which, yeah, it looks like he's going to get an Oddish. One of the ways, but a bit less preferable options is having to put out that active, the Vileplume, leaving it active for a turn, just trying to disrupt as much as you can. It looks like we see a Pokemon Transceiver. I believe that's what it's called. I'm not really sure. I haven't played it since like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, so it's been a little bit of time. But possibly going in for that Vileplume. I'm not sure what other basic Pokemon he has in his hand. But if he believes that the Vileplume will disrupt him enough to where it could give him like a few turns to get going up again, then it may be worth it. But it looks like we just see a Hawlucha. Yeah. A Hawlucha come out. Not that bad. It's going to give him that free retreat and then another level ball, which is interesting. He grabs another Oddish. And Pokemon Transceivers it away, grabs a Shaman. Now we're in business. Just using that level ball to be able to get out of there, to be able to get another Pokemon to put back in your deck, just to be able to get out Shaman. Also thinning your hand quite a bit, just playing out, getting rid of 3 cards. He's going to be able to Shaman set up for 1, or for 6, sorry. I'm seeing too many energy. Yeah, he drew into 3 energy and 2 Pokemon. I'm not sure what that last one was. But he does draw in, or yeah, he draws into the Miltank. And it looks like he just passed, I believe. And it looks like he go ahead and retreats his... So he didn't pass him, that's my bad. He retreats the Gloom into that Hawlucha. Definitely a more expendable resource than the Gloom, just because Hawlucha doesn't really get played all that much, just because of he doesn't play as many... Excuse me. He doesn't play as many... EX cards, my bad. My brain just went blank. Yeah, Jackie doesn't play as many EXs, so it's not really going to help him all that much. It's a cool thing to put down. It looks like he VS Seekers for a Ghetsis. He's going to go ahead and grab that Ghetsis and play it down, and he's got 0. You know, which is like, it's good, and it's good for Ahmed, bad for Jackie, because he didn't get to draw any cards, didn't disrupt it all. But then again, Ahmed doesn't really have a very good hand at the moment. With 3 energy and I believe 2 Pokemon, it's just not good in any way. Do you see a Float Stone attached to that active Pumpkaboo? We see a Fighting Energy on the Miltank. If he can just draw into that Vileplume, then he'll be set. And it looks like he draws into the Forest Giant Plants. Forest of big trees. And draws. It looks like a lot of draw pass. See another Hawlucha come down. Special Fighting Energy, a Strong Energy attaching to it.
Video Game Masters. Video Game Masters, your parents are growing up. Video Game Masters only.
See an AZ on the Shaman. Probably just going to play it right back down. Yep. For just more cards. And I definitely saw the Vileplume, so he's going to be able to take the knockout this turn. And also disrupt. So now he has that stage 2 active. Miltank, instead of doing just 10 damage, is going to do 70 more for 1 energy cost. Bring that up. Slam down for... it's not slam down. Stomp. Or no. Friends. Something Friends. Will be able to take the knockout on that Pumpkaboo. And we see a teammates come out by Jackie. Definitely really good. Although he's needing to get more Night Marchers in his discard pile. And he's not going to be able to do that without using trainers. He's going to have to get lucky and have a bunch of them in his hand for when he Sycamores. But playing a teammates this turn, doesn't look like he's going to get any others out. Looks like he plays out the Dimension Valley, getting rid of that Force of Giant Plants. And he plays out a Joltik. Could be a potential dud if he gets that Landorus out. Of course, having 5 bench Pokemon is not going to allow him to get any more. But Landorus is definitely a pretty big stage presence in this deck against Night March. Being able to spread damage is really good. That's why in that last game we had, the player was playing a Tech Mr. Mime in his Night March list. See another strong energy attached to that Hawlucha. He's now going to be able to take the knockout on that Jirachi if he is so inclined. He's going to be able to... It's Powerful Friends, that's what it is. Powerful Friends, that's the name of the attack. It does 10 damage, 70 more if you have a stage 2 out on your field. So it's not going to be able to take the knockout on this Pumpkaboo because of the Fighting Fury Belt, giving it 40 more HP. But it looks like Jackie goes ahead and plays a Sycamore. Or Juniper, whatever. Drawing 7 more cards. Of course, the only thing he's going to be able to play is Energy and Basic Pokemon. And a Stadium if he has it. Because he already has... it was Juniper. He's already played his Stadium... No, sorry, Supporter. And he's not able to play Trainers because of that Vileplume. But he's also not going to be able to attack this turn because there's no more Dimension Valley in play. And it looks like another Joltik comes down on the field. And he's actually going to opt to retreat it, which is very interesting. And he's probably going to be able to attach an energy this turn and take the knockout. He's going to play a Shaman setup for 2.
Video game masters, you may begin.
Take the knockout now is a good move. The only problem I have with it is now he's got that clear space for Landorus, which was inevitable either way, but now he's able to get out that Landorus, possibly take a bunch of prizes at the same time. But of course, if he doesn't have things like supporters, he's not going to be able to do anything. But it does look like he's just going to Lysander out that Jirachi, being able to take 2 prizes this turn. And it looks like he took the knockout on that Jirachi, and it looks like that Hawlucha is gonna get knocked out. And there's the Landorus. Definitely Jackie's worst nightmare. That Pumpkaboo's already got 80 damage on it, so it's gonna be able to get knocked out by the Landorus. He's probably gonna opt to take the knockout on the Pumpkaboo. Actually, it may not even matter at this point. He's gonna AZ up the Vileplume, so he can play out some of the trainers in his hand, get rid of them, and then play the Vileplume right back down onto the field. There's the Lysander, and I believe that's no. He's still gonna be able to take 2 prizes this turn, and with being able to snipe for 30, the likelihood of him being able to take the last prize is pretty high. Then of course there's always a chance that Jackie has a pocket Lysander and is able to get up. Oh man, okay, get up the Vileplume. But now of course we saw he just grabbed out a AZ off of that trainer's mail, so he's gonna be able to. It's gonna be pretty difficult, just because he's gonna be able to AZ that Vileplume right back up. Plays an Ultra Ball, discarding that line, the Gloom and Oddish. Not really sure what he could be going in for. Possibly another Lysander, Landorus for the turn after, or just for more insurance. And he goes ahead and brings up the Landorus, and he's going to take the knockout on the Pumpkaboo. Probably the safer move, because now if he were to put up that Pumpkaboo, he wouldn't have been able to knock it out because of that resistance we learned about earlier. It would have only done 10 damage, not giving the knockout. But then, of course, there's the snipe, and it doesn't matter. Jackie gives him the win. So we see a solid 2-0 by Hod. And that's it. So we're gonna go ahead. I'll grab Hamid over here, talk to him a little bit about the match. It seemed pretty straightforward, so it'll be pretty quick. So I will see you guys in a second.